When I found Tom, I was a single agent with an assistant, primarily focusing on bank foreclosures. Now I'm a team leader of over 36 amazing agents. Circle prospecting, when we started it, we've learned a lot. So, came up with 3 tactics to tell you about today. My name's Christina Griffin. I'm the team leader of the Griffin Group with Coldwell Banker. I am from sunny Tampa, Florida, and today I'm here to tell you about my lead source, Circle Prospecting Reimagine. Our team generated over $251,000 in GCI in 2016. But first, I want to tell you a little bit about me. I am a mom of 3, married to an amazing man. When I was 9 years old, my mom died of cancer, the same exact cancer I was diagnosed with in 2013. Now, when I was 18, my dad, he died in an airboating accident. The boat flipped and he died instantly. I was challenged to take custody of my sister immediately, my younger sister, and I immediately went into real estate when that happened. Now, that same exact sister, when I was 27 years old, she died in a drunk driving accident. Now, I was diagnosed with cancer in 2013. The reason why I found out I had cancer, very determined woman, wanted to have my 3rd child, lots of procedures, lots of tests, and through Moffitt Cancer, they told me, you can't have another baby. You're not going to carry it successfully. Now, I have a 2.5-year-old baby boy. So, he's 2.5 years old. I'm cancer-free. And now, in addition, when I had my 2nd child, I am 131 pounds less than I had my middle child. And with Tom's additional support, in the last 90 days, I've lost 34 pounds. So, why am I telling you my story? The reason I'm telling you my story is, no matter what you put your mind to with the right motivation and the right support, you can accomplish any of your goals. Regardless if you are in front of me or you're on the live cast, no matter what your background, what your history, or what you're currently going through, you can truly do anything with the right motivation and support. Okay, so that's about me, and I am now going to tell you about my lead source, Circle Prospecting Reimagine. When I found Tom, I was a single agent. When I found Tom, I was a single agent with an
I'm now officially water boy.
When I found Tom, I was a single agent with an assistant, primarily focusing on bank foreclosures. Now I'm a team leader of over 36 amazing agents. So, Circle Prospecting, when we started it, we've learned a lot. So, came up with 3 tactics to tell you about today. First tactic is know your strategy. Our strategy is open houses and new listings. Second tactic is know your resources. We use Cole Realty Resource, and what that is, every new listing, we pull a 2-mile radius around the property, it will actually export their cell phone numbers. Or if you work in an urban area that there's buildings or you want to directly focus on a community, you go to the map function and you can actually draw out your target audience. We scrub the do not call list, upload it into Sly Dial Broadcasting.
Hey, what does Slide Dial do?
So Sly Dial will actually leave we can create a message, and I will share my script with you, and it leaves a call on their phone, like a missed call. So I want to tell you a crazy story. The first time we ever did this, we sent out 1,200 messages. We were super excited. So my call coordinator with my outdesk, she's been with me 3 years. She called, a little overwhelmed. Christina, the calls keep coming. We have had over 175 return calls in 1 hour. So I told her, breathe, take it one call at a time. The calls were extremely overwhelming that first time. We had over 200 return calls, but 4 closed buyer deals, 2 listings, and that was the first time. So the calls were overwhelming, but it was well worth taking the calls. So what we've done in the last 3 years, we've perfected the strategy. That was 3 years ago. So tactic number 3, know your script. My script is, thank you for calling Christina Griffin with the Griffin Group and Coldwell Banker. We just listed a home in your community, Palmacia. If you know anyone looking to move, give us a call. He actually gave me that script on his airplane trips where you post questions, and it was a few years ago. So it's nice, it's simple. You don't give the full address unless you're calling for an open house. We also do open house broadcasts, and we will leave just a simple message, come meet your neighbors, and then we will give the full entire address. Okay, 2 resources that made us more successful. And this is gonna sound a little crazy. When you send out the broadcast voicemail, don't answer the phone calls when they call you right back. Because it shows up as a missed call, they're just hitting return. So you spend more time and effort explaining why you're calling them. The ones that truly are interested, they leave a voicemail. So we started using a Google phone number. So that's how we track and measure everything. When we send out the message, we do it through our Google phone number. They return the call to our Google number, and then immediately Riley will engage with them. Now, we started using our Google number so we can track and measure every single thing that is sent out. I learned the hard way, if you don't track and measure, you're gonna pay for it later. So I was a little stubborn, didn't listen to my coach in the beginning. Now we track and measure everything. So every single return call we put into Boomtown. We tag it as our circle prospecting. Now Boomtown is an awesome system, and I have to say, before I get to our next resource, it's kind of crazy that 3 of our vendors are here today. We use Boomtown, we use BombBomb, which does the videos with our Boomtown drips, and then the listing calls, we use the Cloud CMA, which I'm excited we just upgraded it. So now tracking and measuring everything is very important. Riley is a service that fully text engages everybody, and they're real live people, they're not bots. It's funny to watch when they're actually called. Someone will send them a message and they ask, "Are you real?" And they respond back, and it's all different types of scripts. "No, silly," or "Of course I'm real." But the interesting thing is, people will return calls in the middle of the night. Riley actually fully engages with them at 12, 1 o'clock in the morning. So we wake up and there's full-blown conversations. Riley has been a true game changer for our business as well as this system that we use. So, challenges. Overwhelming amount of phone calls. We use Google now, so there's really no emotion in it. They return a call, they leave a voicemail, and they're fully engaged. So the next big challenge is, I'd like to tell you a crazy story. First time we ever did this for open houses. I'm sure a lot of you work the same neighborhoods, your farm. So picture it, we had 3 open houses in the same exact community, created a voicemail for each and every one of them. The voicemail went out on each home. People called us accusing that we were spamming them or robo-dialing because our number would come multiple times instead of saying, hey, we have an open house on these 3 homes. They got it repetition. So the biggest challenge for us to overcome was no overlapping. Tampa, there's probably 100 zip codes where we're from. We only send out a message in 1 zip code per day. Now, if you're in a city that has 1 zip code in a big city, just make sure that there's no overlapping because it truly is going to equal success for you. Now, I was a single agent 3 years ago. I never have paid for leads in my life. Was blessed to actually, one of my top clients is Bank of America. They're the whole reason I came to a Tom Ferry event. They said, hey, go check out this guy and see what you think. Needless to say, my asset manager changed my life with Bank of America. So never paying for leads, to having to learn how, I wanted something that was cost effective. Our broadcast voicemails, every single one of them that's connected is 5 cents per connected message. That's it. We now have an assistant that purely focuses on scheduling our scripts that go out and actually boosting through Boomtown our Craigslist on properties. We still use Craigslist, crazy. So it's very cost effective, and being an agent that never paid for anything, I had to learn, and it's been so worth it. Consistency is the key. Don't be afraid to try it, but truly put the systems in place that we learn everything the hard way. Now, I'd like to give a shout out to my Coldwell Banker manager. Every time I tweak this program and this system, and my coach at the time, they were, Christina, I don't know about this, and then we now have a great system, and through their support is the only way I could have done it. So I would like to tell you 2 secrets. So the first secret, it doesn't have to be your listing. What do I mean by that? Send a message out instead of saying we just listed, say a home was just listed in your community. A new construction community just launched. Send it to renters in an area. Through Cole Realty Resource, you can actually export renters and then upload them. Truly, the sky's the limit. You can customize it however you want, and it truly equals success. So the next secret I'd like to share with you, we stepped up our game with our circle prospecting. Obviously, technology is the key, and being able to hit multiple people quickly, it was important to us. So some of you throughout the convention, if you are an Android user, you may have seen on your phone your notification welcome to the Tom Ferry Summit. That was our Servia beacons that we use. And what the Servia does, we're putting them on our listings, giving them to the sellers. We are also having our agents that travel frequently, they take them with them. And it's a 40-character message that you can customize with a secured website link. And it shows up on all Android users' phones like a notification. The notification disappears if they don't click on it or if I am out of the 100-yard radius, the beacon. So anyway, that's my last secret. And I wanted to tell you real quick, everybody, please know that if our team can make over $251,000 in GCI in 2016 using this system, with hard work, determination, you can really, sky's the limit.
Hey, it's Coach Tom Ferry. Have you been considering hiring a coach? If so, click the link below and check out what we do.